Once you hear this, all questions fall away. The Torah says Avraham and Sarah didn't have children for many years. Sarah suggested that Avraham have a child with her maid, Hagar. She has a child with the maid. The maid becomes a concubine, and Yishmael is born. Sarah says to Avraham, send them away. Because Yishmael, being Avraham's son, thinks that he inherits Avraham, that he is the heir. No good. Send them away. The exact words are, Sarah said, the son of the maid will not inherit together with my son Yitzchak. That's where the war began. The issue on the table right now is who inherits Israel. We now know, because of all the facts of history, you cannot possess Israel through war or through purchase or through a gift. No matter how many times you conquer it, it stays Israel. The Romans had it, it was Israel. Babylonians had it, it was Israel. Persians had it, it was Israel. Turks had it, it was Israel. It will never become anything but Israel because this tiny little piece of land is an inheritance. If you inherit it, it's yours. Otherwise, it will never be. So the rest of the world has given up on conquering Israel. The descendants of Esav are not trying to conquer Israel anymore. The Crusades are over. Because we know you either inherit it or you will never own it. The only war left are those who are the followers of Yishmael, who claim that it is theirs by inheritance. And nobody listens. If we would just listen to what the Muslim believes, he believes that he is a descendant of Yishmael, older son of Avraham. Israel is an inheritance, and they inherit. This explains everything. Why have we made no progress whatsoever in 70 years? All the diplomacy.
You're saying because they believe they have the inheritance and we believe we have the inheritance.
But we don't say that. This is the joke of the whole. They believe that it is theirs by inheritance.
Right.
And we say, oh, but we're the only democracy in the Middle East. And they look at us like, did you not hear what I said?
Right, so we're not saying the actual truth of what's in the Torah, that we've inherited it.
In other words, we're not taking their claim seriously. Fine, you inherit, but we're a democracy. You're not taking them seriously. But it is the crux of the entire problem. Why haven't we made any progress? Because you're not responding to their claim. We have a right to defend ourselves. Not in my country. It's my country. It's my land. Well, how about if we give you Gaza? You give me? What a chutzpah. It's my land. Well, then we're going to have to beat you up and destroy you. Yeah, you can beat me up. It's still my land. Everything makes... Why is a Jewish baby a threat to them? Jewish babies were never a threat to Christians. But a baby is a threat to... Why? If there was one Jewish baby alive in the world, he inherits the whole land. That's what we're dealing with. So what is our response? We have a right to defend ourselves. Why are you avoiding the issue? So to the Arab, that sounds like you know you're wrong and you have nothing to say about the issue, so get out. You're practically admitting that it's our country. Because I keep saying, it's my country, and you don't know, you don't answer. So what do we need to say? We need to say the Torah already solved or resolved this question. Yes, Yishmael is the older son, but he is not the heir. Sarah said he does not inherit. Avraham said, maybe. So God said,
Listen to Sarah.
confirmed what we need to say very clearly. Yishmael is not the heir. So even if you were descendants of Yishmael, you would not inherit. But you're not descendants of Yishmael. There is not a single Muslim who can trace his lineage to Yishmael. Not one.
Where do they trace their lineage to?
They're all intermarried. They're not Semites.
So you're saying they're not descendants of Yishmael?
They're not biological descendants.
And what about Esav?
I don't know
You
anybody
mean
who can.
Yitzchak? Do you mean Yitzchak with the Jew? Meaning like,
No, you're saying that the Arabs right now are not descendants of Ishmael?
No,
Who are they descendants of?
they're intermarried.
Uh-huh.
could they make the same argument about Jews?
That's why when they really get serious about this issue and they know that the Jews are the heirs, they say you're not really Jewish. And that argument needs to happen.
Why?
The only thing that Rebbe ever responded to in all the complaints and accusations in the UN, Israel is the aggressor and you started the war and it's all your fault and you're occupiers, Rebbe never responded. One time, a Saudi Arabian representative said, "You're not Jewish. You're not Jews, you're just Europeans." The Rebbe took that very seriously and responded at a Fabrengen for 40 minutes.
And said?
And said, of course we are the children of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, because that is the crux of the problem. Now, to their credit, they do believe in God like Avraham. They never had statues, idols. That's to their credit. They are circumcised.
Yishmael was.
Yishmael was, and so are they. So they are, let's say, religious disciples of Avraham, but they are disciples don't inherit. But because they really do believe in God, and they really are religious, if you say to them, Torah says you don't inherit, they'll listen.
Right, but they don't go by the Torah, they go by...
Again, because they think the Torah is not the original whatever.
Right, so they won't necessarily listen because they don't go by the Torah.
So what you need to do is present a confident, factual position. Torah is Torah. We are the Jews. Sorry.
Right.
We've never done that.
We haven't done that.
Never.
We've never done it?
No.
Not in history? Not at all?
So I'm saying if we all do that, that's all fine and good, but the government has to actually do it.
The Israeli government?
Yeah.
And we can influence the Israeli government to have a little more confidence in our Jewish reality rather than political reality. And that has been the Rebbe's position all along. Whether Israel is a political reality, who cares? And by the way, political reality is an oxymoron. If it's political, it's not reality. And if
Right.
it's reality, it's not political.
'Cause
But that we are Jews, that we are descendants of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, that's absolutely true. And at a great cost, by the way. We refused to assimilate when it was very easy to do. And now that we have successfully survived intact, we're afraid to say it? That's crazy.